Sometimes I wonder, well.
Howdy y'all, Dr. B here. We just received our most recent whale mail delivery from friend of the museum, Jim Gettert. He assures me there's a couple of concretions in here from the Pacific Northwest that have partial 30-million-year-old dolphin skulls inside. So let's take a look. It's important to recycle. There we go, there's one. Jim thoughtfully marks his field number on every single specimen. This is the 723rd field number in his collection. Not all of his field numbers are associated with just a single fossil, though. Some of them have hundreds, but this one is unique. Here is JLG 690, which is our second specimen. And let's look at each of these in a little more detail for a moment. Alright, so this is JLG 690, and it doesn't look like much, but these are the nasal bones right here. This is the blowhole. And then this area right here corresponds to these, which are little pits on the front of the face associated with echolocation. Now, this is a Charleston fossil. This is a skull that Jim donated last year. And unfortunately, this one is too incomplete to show what's present here, even though these are probably the same animal. So instead, we're going to use this Charleston fossil here. Basically, this specimen corresponds to the area right around the blowhole. So nasals, blowhole, and this area here, which is called the premaxilla. If we flip it over, we actually have a bit of the inside of the brain case there, and then the bottom of the snout, otherwise known as the palate. All right, now this one, JLG 723, there's not much exposed. It's a pretty hefty nodule. We see some bone fragments there, and I'm not really too sure what those are. That could be the periodic bone, which is the inner ear bone. Over here, on the other hand, we've got either one of the two tympanic bullae, which is the kind of outer ear bone, or that could be part of the skull. I'm not really too sure. It might be the back of the skull that we're looking at. But on the other side here, we definitely have one of the ear bones. This one right here, that little seed size bit of bone, that is the malleus, which is the hammer out of the middle ear ossicles, the hammer, anvil, and stirrup. And we have a completed specimen here that has been subjected to acid preparation. So the inside is completely dissolved out. And we're looking at it in the same view. So this is this is from the opposite side. Posterior process right there, which is that piece. Then we've got the malleus right there in the middle, and then this bit is worn away. So there should be most of a tympanic bulla present in here, along with, I assume, quite a bit of the skull. In one spot, there's also a bit of tooth. Let's see if I can find where that is. There we go. Just a little tiny bit of a tooth there. So there should be some interesting stuff in this concretion. Both of these nodules, well, this one anyway, is from the Pisht Formation, which is about 26 to 30 million years old and exposed on the north shore of the Olympic Peninsula in Washington. There's also some really nicely preserved trace fossils in here. And I'm not really sure exactly what type, but you can see these little meniscus-shaped rings in here. Those are basically some little burrowing critter, likely some sort of a small shrimp or a worm, backfilling sediment behind it in its burrow, probably moving in that direction. Lastly, I just want to say thanks to Jim Gettert for donating these and helping us turn fossils like this into fossils that look like this.